Walk into just about any high school bathroom in the country and you can smell it. A sickeningly sweet mix of fruit, mint, and mango. It's not air freshener, it's vaping liquid from Juul pods. Sleek e-cigarettes that look a lot like a USB flash drive.
They're so thin and sleek and everyone thinks it's cool, but they're really giving themselves nicotine addictions.
The CDC reports an astounding rise in e-cigarette sales at Juul Labs, 641% in just 1 year, from 2016 to 2017. Many users are teenagers.
There's a lot of public health attention around this, and it's justifiably so, because we know that e-cigarettes are not safe for youth. They contain nicotine, which is highly addictive, but it can also harm the developing adolescent brain.
E-cigarettes in their many forms and fashions are attracting kids as young as preteen. 17's Karen Waz here now with a look at what Kern County is doing to raise awareness of the dangers. Karen?
E-cigs were created originally to wane smokers off cigarettes, but now they're designed to hook a younger, more impressionable audience.
Those are those,
I don't know what this is.
you have a pointer and a memory stick.
Vape, Juul, Mod, e-hookah, e-cig. There are over 7,000 flavors with names like Mango Beach Twerk, Mermaid Tears, Dragon Blood. Many parents we asked thought they were pens, lip gloss, or computer devices. And more importantly,
we hear of people within middle school bringing these devices to school and sharing them with their friends. They get them from their older brother or sister.
according to the CDC, in 2016, more than 2 million middle and high school students used e-cigarettes in just 1 month. Of the 2 million, nearly 90,000 were middle schoolers. Bryn Kerrigan, assistant director at Kern Public Health, says most kids understand cigarettes are harmful, but it's the flavors and a certain misconception that turn them toward e-cigs instead.
People are now under the impression that both the Juul and e-cigarettes are not as harmful as a standard cigarette. And so oftentimes when you start smoking either an e-cig or a Juul, you are inhaling much more than you would if you just smoked a single regular cigarette, and that addiction will come on faster.
A Juul cartridge, about the size of your thumb, condenses the same amount of nicotine as an entire pack of cigarettes. Even e-cigs without nicotine contain other cancer-causing chemicals. According to Kerrigan, from 2016 to 2017, 12% of Kern County tobacco retailers sold to people under the legal buying age of 21. What's more alarming, 94% of kids successfully bought e-cigs on the internet. The starter kits range between $30 and $50, with refill liquids costing less than $20.
And some students we hear are, putting their money together, saving allowance money, and they're gathering it together just to buy it.
In schools, administrators have been suspending or expelling kids found with e-cigs.
But now they're trying to find alternatives because there's such a high suspension rate.
As for the law,
You have to be 21 to purchase it,
right,
but not possess it.
My neckpiece ain't come out yet. It's O2. I can't keep track of the racks. I blow through. My plug, he good for gorilla. That go glue. Showroom trip.
Hey, have you heard of vaping? Some of our friends were talking about it earlier, and it seems interesting.
I don't know much about it. What harm could it do? We would just be hanging out with our friends, right?
I don't think you want to do that, guys. There are many things that people don't see about vaping that could pose a serious risk to your health.
Vaping is when you inhale and exhale the vapor produced from heating liquid inside e-cigarettes, Juuls, and other devices.
But many people see e-cigarettes, Juuls, and other cool battery-operated devices as a safer and healthier substitute for cigarettes.
That is not true. These e-liquids and vape juices are water-based, sure, but they use harmful and toxic chemicals and metals to produce a thick vapor.
You would never put household cleaners or car exhaust fumes in your mouth, let alone inhale them. I mean, it could kill you.
And what's worse is the most popular vaping product, a Juul, which looks like a small computer flash drive.
Comes in cool flavors like mango and cotton candy, and is small and easy to hide.
But every Juul product contains a really high dose of nicotine, as much as a whole pack of cigarettes. In 2018, 3.62 million middle and high school students were users, inhaling these harmful chemicals into their lungs.
Let's see what the experts have to say.
Originally, vapes was started to stop people from smoking. It had some impact for doing that, but it has negative impacts too. So nowadays we see side effects from smoking, and we see side effects from vaping also. From smoking, we all know that we can develop lung cancer, and lung cancer is a significant problem, even seeing it in younger people. And vaping, people think that, if you don't smoke and vape, it's going to be safe, but it's not as safe as people think. The problem with vaping, which is a very serious issue, is that when you are a young person, your brain is developing between the ages of 15 to 25 in a very delicate and beautiful way. And the problem with vaping is that when you vape, essentially you're taking a very large amount of nicotine, absorbing it, and it affects the functioning of your brain. And the younger you are, the more serious damage you can get to the brain. The other problem is that it also produces nicotine addiction and significant problems with the heart, attention span. And then the sad thing is that many people who are vaping will ultimately even convert to smokers again. And if they haven't been smoking, they will be led to start smoking, which is a significant problem. Vaping devices have a heating element which gets heated up. And there have been definite reports that these heating elements, when they get overheated, can explode. And of course, you vape by keeping things closer to your mouth. And the problem is that when they explode, they can produce significant damage around the mouth, around the nose, and other parts of the face. And it can be tremendously disfiguring.
See, even Dr. Patel can vouch for vaping being a serious health risk.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear. Vaping is perfectly fine, even fun.
More like dangerous. The nicotine found in most e-liquids is known to cause cancer. It can even affect key brain receptors in young people.
Big deal. Nicotine has a possibility to cause cancer, but not if you only vape occasionally with your friends.
Nicotine is actually highly addictive. If you vape sometimes, then you're bound to vape all the time. And the more you expose your body to nicotine, the more years you are knocked off your life. Are you really willing to take that option?
Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Don't listen to this guy. He doesn't know how to have fun.
Maybe it's best to hear from another professional.
Kids need to understand that this stuff is really bad. It gets marketed to them as being healthy or alternative. It's told by their musicians, their movie stars, their heroes that it's okay, it's healthier for you. That's the way it's all marketed. Kids need to understand it's not. These products have nasty cancer-causing chemicals in them. They have nicotine in them. Some of them have more nicotine than a pack of cigarettes. They have the potential to blow up. The batteries are short-circuiting. They're causing explosions, which are leading to serious facial trauma. There have been people that have lost vision, that have lost eyes, that have had teeth knocked out during these explosions. There's a story of a 24-year-old woman that had some nose piercings. The explosion from her e-cigarette was so great it ripped her nose piercings out. There's small hand grenades going off right in front of your faces. I mean, that's really what it is.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is even considering the legality of vaping because it is so common among young people just like you.
Hopefully kids can be able to buy vapes just like adults can.
Not likely. So many kids are becoming addicted to nicotine from various products that the government is considering taking legal action.
What's going to stop all these kids from getting vape from adults?
They could consider the many defective devices that have caused more damage than addiction.
Yeah, and after everything that these people have told us about poisons we would be putting in our bodies, I don't think we would be making the right choice. And neither should you. Nicotine is a highly addictive substance that, despite what companies may advertise, has no proven beneficial aspects, especially towards young people like you and I.